Hi, everyone. So, what I'm going to work with you on today is your assignment for taking your notes. All right. So, first, you're going to need your Google Drive open. Okay. Your Google Drive has your Spanish folder on it, in it. Prepositions. Whoa. Has your Google Drive in it? No, Google Drive has your Spanish folder in it. Inside your Spanish folder, you should have your cuaderno. Your cuaderno has your first name, your last name, and your class period on it. If you have not put your your cuaderno into your Google Drive / made a Spanish folder, start on the assignment called Created Spanish Folder. That's on one day. And then on the following school day, you've got Cuaderno, parentheses, Spanish notebook added to Google Drive for a grade. And when you click on that assignment, there is a blue link for your Cuaderno. And there's videos for all this stuff. So having the Cuaderno will be the first step. And then you rename your Cuaderno and you create a blank tab within it. So 3 steps. Add your Cuaderno, rename it, blank tab. Okay. And the blank tab should be a duplicated tab. Okay. And I've got a video for that I will also add. So it says right here, open up your Cuadernos. So imagine this on your smartboard. All right. It says if it's on the smartboard, AKA if it's in this little PDF, if you can see it right here, you need to write it down. So our first unit is going to be called Los Saludos and then y las expresiones de cortesía. Los saludos right here means greetings, goodbyes, things like that. And then expresiones de cortesía are courtesy expressions. Okay, so you can kind of think of our notes as being divided into like 2 different sections. A section is over like how to greet someone and then how to be polite. Okay, so you should have your cuadernos, your notebooks open, and you should be on your intro page. So let's look at this. Right here, I am on the example for you page. I need to be on this page. Let me move myself. Okay. So, oh no, I'm going all over the place. Okay. So it says intro. All right. I've got a video on how to do that, so don't worry. Okay. So you can see that my intro and my example for you page look exactly the same, with the exception of the fact that I deleted everything. Okay. This should not be a pristine, color-free page. Okay. So make sure that it looks just like the example for you, but blank sort of stuff. So the first thing we're going to need to do, looking back over here, we're going to put in these greetings, these first 3 greetings. And we have an accent right here. I have a video on how to do your international keyboard. So I will put that as a link as well. But let me show you how to set this up. This part right here that's in the blue doesn't need to be put in your notes. This is just letting you know when we use these. So we have buenos dias, which means good morning. Okay, so let's come over here and look at our vocabulary in Spanish. Is buenos dias in English or is buenos dias in Spanish? Okay, think to yourself. If it's in Spanish, it goes in this green column. If it's in English, then it'll go in the pink column. Okay, so we're going to work with just those 2 columns for right now. So we have buenos dias, and buenos dias means good morning. Oops, too many capitalizations. Nope. Good Monday. Good morning. Okay. Now I don't need the blue, so I'm going to get out. I don't know why I'm here. Okay. Back to the green. Not there. Right here. Nope, not right here. Then I have buenas tardes and buenas noches. So I'll go ahead and put those in. Afternoon and buenas noches. Good evening / good night. Okay. The difference between good evening and good night is a goodbye. Like, good night, see you tomorrow. Good evening is a greeting. Oh, good evening. Welcome to my restaurant. How many people are going to be there today? Okay, or tonight. So that's the difference between good evening and good night. All right, so we've got those two done. Scroll, scroll, scroll. These go right below that. Okay, you have hola for hi or hello, adios for goodbye, hasta luego for see you later, hasta mañana, see you tomorrow. All right, now let's look at these right here. We've this. Okay, so here's what you're going to do. You're going to use this sort of yellow. I'm going to move this over here. This sort of yellow column. It has an M and an F, an S, a P, and an F and an I. You don't need to know what those mean right now. You will need to know what those mean soon. We're gonna it'll take us just a little while to get into all that. So as you can tell, this has an I and an M and an F. Okay. So what you're going to do, we have como te llamas, what's your name, and it has an I. So here we write, oh no, upside down question mark. And remember, I have other notes that came ahead of this. We have como te llamas. What's your name? And it has an I. Capitalized, great. Uncapitalized, great. Depending on your font, it may be tough to tell the difference between an I that's capitalized and an L that's uncapitalized. So it might be easier if you do the uncapitalized I, just because you can see for a fact that it has a dot on it. Now, if you've changed your font from Arial, that makes it easier to see and tell the difference, then that's great. Okay, so you have an I, como te llamas, and a what's your name. Okay, they're all on the same line, just like right here. If I were to pretend like this was lined paper, there's an I, a como te llamas, and a what's your name. I ran out of space to write name on the same line. Okay, and you just keep going. You have como te llamas, me llamo, encantado, and encantada. We have mucho gusto. We have como estás, qué tal, y tú, bien, así, así, and mal. Okay, so if someone asks you, how are you, or what's up, or any like these kinds of questions, your bien is good / well, which is, and it's also fine, is like your thumbs up. Así is you're doing this, and mal is you're doing this. Okay, so that's how you would relate those to what we know in English. So you have bien, así, and mal. Now, if you just want to say, if somebody is talking to you and they're looking for an affirmative answer, like, say your mom says, hey, clean your room. You say, okay. You don't use así. In Spanish, we just either say the word sí, or we actually just say, okay. All right. Let's look at what we've got next. So for la cortesía, you want to write this down so that way you know what cortesía is. And you might even just like skip a line, because these have all been like greetings sort of stuff, and these are courtesy expressions. Make sure you look at this C right here. This C has an accent mark. C with an accent means yes. C no accent means no. It means if. Like, if you're going to the store today, will you pick me up some milk? That's C without an accent. Sí with an accent is yes, I'm going to the store. Okay, and no is no in Espanol. All right, we've got some more things, and I'll show you how to use these. So these are some general conversation things to kind of get us out and about. But let's look at this one, this buena suerte one. So let's pretend like we skipped a line. We have buena suerte, and it means good luck. And then we need, oh, yikes, so many typos. The world. Okay. So if you look right here, it has an FS next to it. Okay. So here, there's a spot for M, F, S, P, F, and I. So it has an M. No, I lied. It has an F. Buena Suerte has an F and it has an S. So here in this kind of yellowy section, we'll call it goldenrod, we're just going to write F, S, and hit enter. So for anything that you see, this one has M and P. Okay. So for los idiomas, you're going to need to put MP in your goldenrod section. And then you just keep on going with all these. Okay. And then we have some actual idiomas. So if you remember up here, los idiomas means languages. Okay. Here we have some languages. And a quick way to ask someone, do you speak such and such thing? So in Spanish, we don't have a separate word for do as a helping verb, which is how you're using a helping verb when you're doing it in English. Do you speak? I speak. You speak. Do you speak? We don't have that separate do word. It doesn't exist. It's all contained within the word hablas. And hablas means you speak when it's in a sentence. But you can add your question marks to it and it becomes do you speak? Okay. And you don't need to change hablo into a question because you're not ever going to really say, do I speak Russian? It's not like a question anybody would ever ask, if that makes sense. So make sure you get these. A lot of these have accent marks, so go slow. And then all of these are MS's. Okay. So we have el alemán, el árabe, el chino, el español, el francés, el inglés, el italiano, el japonés, el portugués, and el ruso. Okay. Now also I need for you, before you type all these out real quick, in Spanish, these aren't capitalized. In English, they are. Okay. So Spanish will capitalize a person's name, a place's name, and like the beginning of a sentence or a title, and that's it. Okay. So since these are not sentences, no capitalization. And since these are not a person's name, no capitalization. And it's not a place's name, like French is not a place. France is a place. English is not a place. England is a place. Okay? Does everybody see the difference? All right, and we'll stop here for today. So all of these are in our resource quaderno, in our vocabulary, and I'm going to have a link to that, so that way you don't have to sit here on the video. You can just sort of have me take you through it, etc. All right, I love you guys, and I will see you soon. All right, bye.